Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wild landscape of Scotland. And today we're joined by the channel DJ here on this adventure, and today we've come to check out this little abandoned croft which looks absolutely crazy folks. It almost looks like it's been burnt out or something, or the roof looks totally gone, but there is a roof on that bottom building. Do you think we should start down there and then work our way up? That's sometimes the best way to explore an abandoned site, folks. You can start furthest way the road and then work your way back up. There's total butterflies and stuff flying around. There is a bit of a breeze as well for this intro, but once we're behind these walls down here we'll be sorted. There's a total crazy view down the valley here as well. We'll show you once we're round the corner. Yeah, this has been a little farm croft here. It's crazy that we keep finding this like abandoned history, folks. And to the landowner and the croft owner, we come with the greatest respects here. We're literally just documenting a little bit of Scottish history hidden here in this crazy landscape. Look at this view. At one time they would have seen that out of their little farmhouse window up there. This must have been their little shed, like a barn. Wow, you can see Airlie Monument there in the distance. Wow, this is some old barn, like, used for farming, whatever they'd been doing. They maybe had animals or bales. Check that out there, that's the loft. See, look how much woodworm's in this beam. Wow, this is seriously woodwormed up. That's how it's crazy, like, documenting things like this, folks. It's wee bits of history. This will rot out and the woodworm will take effect, and then the thing will drop and fall, and before you know it, it'll just literally be the stones sitting here on the hill. History forgotten, so it's cool to come and document it. Wow, look at this. It's got cutouts in the wall. Maybe the farmer would have come and laid his lantern in there when he was like getting his old Fergie fired up with a handle. Look, there's a hole in the wall there as well. I wonder if there's been maybe other things mounted in here at one time. Like, sometimes they had a wee mill for putting their barley in. It was like a barn mill, instead of having a combine which, like, obviously separated the grain from the straw. Here he is, channel DJ's shouting on me, folks. What are you seeing? Wow folks, is this a water wheel pit? Wow, look at this folks. It's the original water wheel pit. So look, there must have been a mechanism here, and originally a lathe. Some of these water wheels were overshoot and some of them were undershoot or underslung, I think they called it. Yeah, there's been a wee ladder down there at one time, because I think they would have gone down to maintain it and graze it. And look, it's had a tin roof. So this down here would have been the only entrance into it originally. Every little farm had this at a certain time. So in this shed here would have been the mill shed. Wow. See the water wheel contraptions now out of there. Wow, I just got chipped on the fence there. Look at that folks. The water's still running in there. At one time it maybe came along a channel onto the top of the wheel, and then it would have turned the mechanism, which must have gone through that hole. Look at the wee window, it's still got the frame and the putty. This is crazy folks. This is the sort of history that we love to bring you on the channel. So cool folks. An interesting detail in the history that's been noticed here from the channel DJ. Look, you can see the arch in the stone where the water originally flowed away out of this structure. This is the kind of history, it's just worth documenting before it fully falls down, because you can see the roof, and maybe when the snow's been on it in the winter it's fallen down. And originally this is where they would have come to graze, like the apparatus. Check it out folks. Through into this next room that we're waiting on here, look at it, which is crazy. It must have been the mill shed, and originally this would have been the door coming in, and then the roof would have been right up there. They used wood and corrugated iron. Incredible scenes folks. It's the craziest of adventures, and more history documented. A few of these places we've been, we've found the water wheel pits. Some of them's got the remains of the water wheel in, but see with this one it's like it's been scrapped. See, sometimes buildings had slats like that for the grain drying within it. Often they relied on the wind flowing through the structure. This is cool, folks. This must have been... Oh, the barn mill's still in here, folks. This roof is so dangerous. But I'm going to be so cautious. Here, we need to play it safe here. Because if you touch any of that, it could cause it all to fall in. Because look at those stones above our head. Look, the barn mill is still here. Wow. Yeah. Look at this, folks. I don't know. Look, you can see the screens and stuff within it. What a crazy scene of history this is. We never know what we're going to find on these adventures. And how crazy is it, there's wee nuggets of history like that just hidden within here. Wow. I can see it's looked amazing at one time with the old roof beams. Again, they're not even straight beams, they're just rock, wood. This has been so cool, folks. Look, there's a top off what must have been like a toilet or a cistern. Here, just watch it over there in case that beam goes like. Wow. We need to go through that door, eh?
Into what?
Is there another building there? No. Real adventures, folks. Crazy history. Let's have a look. VKR's coming through for the adventure. Check this out. I want to get a close up of this barn mill. Look, this must have been where they got it.
Check the light switch.
Oh, aye. Look at the old light switch, folks. And then look at the mill here. This is part of like what's inside a combine now. It separates the straw from the straw. Here, look, see how it's buckling, look. That's for the weight.
Yeah.
Like literally, this is super dangerous where we are standing right now, folks. The amount of stone and stuff above our heads. But I just wanted to document this bit of Scottish history, folks. And then we're on our way. And I can't even believe we found this. Look at it. See, this will have been fitted within this shed. A company would have made those mills. And that's how it's got that different varnish. It's had a plate on there, it looks like, but it's gone. Which is unfortunate. It's been insane though, folks. Like the roof's just dense. Probably not even that safe. Is there a way around there? It's the crazy. Yeah, it's crazy jungle conditions we're in, folks. I might go back round this way into that section. This is crazy, folks. We've documented more history, and there is another loft space, but it's most likely just like an empty upper story. Probably they were throwing the stuff out there. Again, that would have been like their top loft hatch. They maybe had the horse and cart sitting out here. Whoa, it's more butterflies. There has been electricity going in there at a certain time. It's been a big croft, this. A big farm. It's insane every week that we're able to find new history like this and document it. And who would have thought another abandoned farm croft, folks? It's like such a variety of history within this Scottish wilderness. Sometimes history is just right on your doorstep, ready to be documented. You can see this wall's had a wee repair here at one time. Maybe the boys clipped it with the horse and cart when he's been coming out. Yeah. And then this must have been like the house. See, it's had like a stove there on the upper story. Wow, this is a big area. Because I think this would have been obviously for animals, this area here. This would have been the farm yard, so to speak. And this would have been like the main farm yard, I believe. It is insane to see it. I'm interested to see what's through this door over here. Check this out, folks. Look at the character of this wee house, the way it is. Such a cool construction. Yeah. See, this could have been a shed. There's still power cables here, so again, we're being cautious. Oh, like there's some sort of device there or machine. Like this wall of the house is falling in. It's still leaning. The last remains of it's still leaning over here. There still remains of plaster and stuff in there. Yeah, somebody's tagged it up. There's been a little window and stuff. This house had a roof on it.
Yeah.
There's a metal beam sticking out the wall there. It's maybe been for the electricity. This has likely been a shed.
There's an opening at the back there.
Oh, aye. See, maybe they had wee fields and stuff there, because the land's changed so much since that time. Look at these big lintel stones. A lot of these places were constructed with the stone that the masons got from like the local area. Yeah, the whole walls are just way to fall any year now. Look at the amount of berries on that tree. Here's one of the house windies. Look, the tree is growing like right out of there, out of the windy sill. Shows the length of time that house has been empty. See if there's anybody in. Oh, there's been a porch with a gutter. Look, there's a hook up here above the door. See, often back in the day, they would have like lanterns and stuff. Look, it's got the brass door handle. Look at that, it's just, it must have been fitted with wood at one time. Wow, look, there's lath and wood up here. Yeah, see, there's so much wood in here. This is crazy, folks. It's all just like rotten wood. It must be the old roof beams and stuff. Look, there's been a big fireplace, but look, it's got the classic salt box, which is from before the times of like fridges and stuff. They used to keep their meat in salt over the winter. Well, they would salt their meat so that it stayed fresh over the winter. It was basically cured, so they could eat it all year round. That's what that is on the wall there, which shows this is an ancient house, for at least the 1700s or older. And it's crazy to think this door frame is still here. I'm just keeping an eye out for a bee or wasp activity, because you can get stung up in a place like this. Look at this old door frame. Yeah. Look how ancient this history is that we're exploring, folks. Look at this door latch. It's worn from the years of the door opening and shutting. And look at this, the flower of Scotland right there. The thistle. It's with us on every explore that we go on. Look, here's the old door remains. The old door handle. Crazy history right there, folks. And there is remains also of the plaster on the wall. The render. Wow. Yeah, this has been just like an outside space around here. Here there's some, oh, it looks like stacks of like roof tiles maybe. Oh look, there's a cast iron. It must be one of the roof windows. This has been like a little porch area. See, it's maybe been their outhouse, to put it politely. It's maybe been what it is. That's cool to see that though. Just check out, that must have been some rumble when that wall fell down. It's been a madness to find an abandoned croft. Like, we never know what we're going to see in each croft that we go to. It's like different condition. Different amounts of abandoned history. See a little detail I've just noticed. Look, there's been green paint here on the window frame. Yeah. So that shows this house has had green windows out here on the hill. There's little bits of stuff, and look, that's been holding the gutter. Wow. It's amazing, folks. Sometimes you've got no idea like what history you're about to see when you leave the house, and then boom, before you know it, you've been at an abandoned farm. And the coolest thing about this, I think, was the old water wheel pit. Yeah. How cool was that, folks, to see a water wheel pit like that? It's like deep, and they used to use the power of the water, which would have been flowing every day in the Lade. It was free energy. Just needed a slight amount of maintenance. But it's lost history. Yeah, it must come maybe for, there's maybe a wee dam or something just up the hill there. Often they would have a pipe or a stone laid like under the ground But I just love the character of a house like that. With this one, it looks like they've just gotten the stone for the hill here. And this is the last remaining end wall in this house, unfortunately. That's how it's been cool to go and document that though. Because think some of those beams could have been put in like 17 or 1800s. And that's the last documentation of them. It's the sort of site that would get redeveloped. Yeah. They would just build a new house here where the old structure was, and all that history would be deleted. But look how this wall is cracking, like the whole structure is just kaput nowadays.
The house is really sinking down the corner, eh?
Oh aye.
Getting too damp, it's just...
Yeah, because it does look like a boggy area that we're in right here. Nature's just taken back over. Like we've seen with a heap of these abandoned wonders that we visit. Somebody's been getting some compost. Oh, it's cement. Right folks, that's us back at the road, because this is just a roadside ancient historical wonder. Aye, they must have had it landscaped here. Maybe a little farmhouse garden. Maybe somebody lived in the house even once the farm wasn't like disused. See when they've had a water wheel like that, it's so interesting to see like the remains of that. Anyway folks, I'll end this one here with this magnificent view in the background. And yeah, if you want to see where we go next, you'll have to tune in for the next adventure when we're out exploring history on all these adventures folks. And it's crazy just thinking there's stuff like this waiting to be explored. You can often get an idea like how life was in the Glen for the folk back in the olden days. Anyway, we're ending it here. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye from me, goodbye from the channel DJ, and we'll catch you very soon in the next adventure.